Hello and welcome to Let's Talk FIFA. Today's episode, we are going to deep dive into manager creation and what I feel should be a part of FIFA Career Mode in regards to managers. We're going to start right now. Right, so let's talk about managers. Now, there's some things that need to be adjusted here with manager creations, in my opinion. We're going to jump in, we're going to have a deep dive and look at all the scenarios and everything that I think should be in place with manager creation. So, in regards to this, you start off here, you've got manager career, you've got player career. Now, if you jump into a player career, you can, of course, create your player. If we jump into manager career, of course, we jump straight in here. We won't download, we'll pick a team. And, okay, so we get in here to manager creation. Now, this came in, was it FIFA 17? We had some sort of way that you could sort of pick what your manager looked like. And this comes into different scenarios within the career mode. But unfortunately, at this stage, they didn't update the faces. And then there's just a no face, which actually is this guy. Like, I mean, why is that no-face player even there? It just does not make any sense to me. But you've got very limited, managers to choose from. It just doesn't make any sense. Now, what I would like to see here implemented, of course, is the opportunity to create your manager. Create his base, create everything about him, and utilize that in the career mode, which we'll touch on a little bit later. But to add to that as well, back on the PlayStation 3, in former FIFAs, there was the Creation Center. Now, you could take a picture of yourself with your phone, and you could import your face onto your My Player. Now, you can do this with other titles. A lot of the 2K titles do allow you to do this. And then that's probably something that I would like to see brought back into FIFA, the option to take a photo of yourself and that would become your manager. If you haven't got that available, well, at least be able to come in here and really get into the nitty-gritty and create this player. I mean, it's already in the game for the creative player. Why isn't it here for the manager? So that's probably my first thing I would like to see. One, adding yourself to the game with a photo, if not fully customizable, to get in here and create a manager. So let's just get in here. You pick a face. You can choose 3 different outfits, which really don't do too much for him. Would be nice to see if that was possibly club-based. So if he's wearing his suit, maybe the team that you've picked, that badge is already there. Maybe his tie sort of coincides with that. You just don't get that out of this. So it's not really anything to deal with. But we can enter a name, of course. So we'll just throw in Sparring DK here as our manager, of course. And I mean, you can choose a nationality. So yeah, sweet. I mean, what's that really got anything to do with it? It doesn't coincide other than giving you a little bit more of an attachment to the player. So we'll just, we'll choose a suit and tie and we'll get moving into the career mode and I'll explain some other things that I think would really benefit from being able to create your own manager. Right, so you've created your manager, you jump into a career mode. Now you've got to think about, where is your manager, actually being brought into this career mode? Where are you seeing that face that you've created? The first one is probably these little mini stories. So if we jump in here, we might get the opportunity to see club news. No, Torreya, is our manager popping up here anywhere? New boss. But I mean, they've appointed a new boss and we just get a generic picture. It'd be nice to see ourselves, signing a contract or whatnot or something here in the storyline. Maybe a little bit of a cutscene or something like that to really start that immersion within the career mode. And as you go through and do make signings, occasionally you will get a story here, or if you win the cup title or stuff like that, you get little press conferences and stuff where you do get to see your manager. And I'd like to see that expanded further, interaction and stuff where you do get to see your actual manager. Right, so the next time you do get to actually see your manager is when we go in here into a cutscene and we go into an approach to buy. So this is another part where the created manager would definitely come into fruition. We can see here the generic lad that we've used. They've used another generic manager as the manager or agent of the player. Well, this one would be the manager, of course, but I mean, we're getting to see our manager here, and it would be so much more immersive if you've created this player rather than just the generic cutscene that we've seen over the last 2 years. I mean, it's great that this is in here, but as a content creator, generally, I skip past all this now and don't really worry about the cutscenes. So, from a personal perspective, playing along, it's kind of a cool little touch. But let's just offer something ridiculous so we can push on through this. You know, you get to see these little bits of a cutscene. So if you could create your own face, or if it was actually your own face in here, I guarantee you content creators would definitely utilize this part of their career mode a lot more. And the fact that the journey is leaving us as far as we understand means hopefully that there's a lot more opportunities for these mini little cutscenes and stuff where you get to see your manager. After that, that's it. He's done and dusted until we go back in and do some negotiation. So we are back in it to that managerial setup. And why not take it one step further? Why can we not maybe pick the handful of players for the pictures on the wall, upgrade your little manager's office or something like that as you go through the career mode and gain prestige? Maybe your trophies are around. I mean, I'm already holding skip on all of this stuff. Like, that's how quickly we're getting through it. But I don't know, like, it would just be nice to see your own face, and the manager faces are also very generic. They're just the same managers, and maybe that's why they've done it. I'm not too sure. Hopefully they can expand on this in the future now. But you know, I'd just like to see a little bit more depth into the manager creation and give yourself a little bit more immersion. So we'll just sign him on here, whatever. It doesn't really matter. We're not really playing this career mode. Right, so we've signed our player, and that's it. We don't see our manager again until you get into a match day scenario. Now, we'll just skip forward here and we'll jump into a game. These are pretty much the only opportunities that you do get to see the manager. You would maybe like to see a few more cutscenes and the likes for the manager if you do get to go that in depth with it. But if we just jump into a game, it doesn't really matter about the teams and all that kind of jazz. We'll just jump straight in. Right, so my next thing is we jump straight into a game here. What I would like to see is, before it jumps into the game, is perhaps a little bit of a team talk in the rooms with your created manager. You can give them a little bit of a pep talk, you know, discuss tactics and plans for the game. You can see them on the board or something like that, discuss the formations. I don't know, just a little bit more interactivity from your manager, and then come into this scenario where, you know, obviously it's the Premier League and they're showing off the game title. Really cool to see all this kind of stuff in the game, giving you a lot more authenticity to the gameplay. But as for the manager, we haven't even seen him at all whatsoever. The team's out there. We might get a little bit of a shot, but you've got to sit here for 5 minutes just to see you actually in control of the game. So there he is now. Finally, we get to see him. But obviously, if we had our custom player there, it's going to feel a lot more. And I'm just going to keep reiterating that fact that if we had the customization to bring our own manager into this, it would give us a lot more immersion, and we would really feel a lot more in control. A cutscene at the start with a player talk would be awesome. But other than that, we don't really see the manager. Now, they brought this in so that the manager is on the sidelines while you're playing the game. So while we're in here, let's see if we can just run down this way without getting picked off. So there's our little manager down the bottom, just standing on the sidelines, not really doing anything. But, I mean, if that was your own player, that would be sick. The only other time we're really going to see him getting animated whatsoever is if we score a goal. And then sometimes there's a cutscene that goes to him there. So, I mean, that's about it, really, for the manager stuff. Let's just see if we can push forward here and score a goal. No, Lacazette gets picked off. But, I mean, it just feels like there could be so much more done with the manager to give us that immersion and, you know, give us some cutscenes and the likes to... Maybe we'll get a cutscene here. No, it's probably just going to go on the goalkeeper. You know, just to give us a little bit more, like we feel like we are actually the manager of the team. Cutscenes and press conferences and stuff would definitely help out with that immersion. But other than that, there's not really a lot more I think they can do with the manager. If you've got an idea of things that you think could benefit with manager creation, do let me know in the comments section. That's piss poor. And I will try and provide, you know, if there's something really good there, I will try and pass that information on to EA. You know, they do listen. Whether they can bring stuff on, who knows? But just the fact that we're talking about it and it's an idea that we can put forward here is, you know, definitely something that, you know, needs to be spoken about. I mean, 2 years we've had the same with the managers. I would like to see it increased and built upon. They've obviously thought that it is something that we want, so they've put in, you know, the basics, but it needs to be expanded. So that's it. That's all the topics. Manager creation, maybe be able to import your own face and some more cutscenes and interactivity with your manager. Other than that, there's not really a lot that, you know, you can really see being done with your manager. Maybe you can change his outfits or upgrade him through, give him some changes as well, like you do with players. But that's about it, really. So, manager creation. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. And we will see you in the next video. Make sure you're giving me some more topics down there to talk about. We'll see you next time. I'm Sparring DK. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. And you, have a good one. This video is powered by Neurotech and their product Clarity. Now you can jump over to their website now. Use the discount code DK10 for 10% off your next purchase. And I highly recommend this product. I use it every single day. It increases your energy, your focus, while reducing fatigue and stress. If you want to know how I get out all these videos and keep that work going, this is the product for you. So go and check it out. All the information that you need is on at that website. If you feel like making a purchase, chuck in at that discount code for 10% off. Now, if you are looking for more fresh content to check out, you can click one of these 2 videos. If you feel like subscribing, well, there's a button right there. Make sure you put on that notifications bell, and we'll see you next time.